Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a call out video for a local shop here in Michigan called Patriot Auto, and more specifically I'm calling out Jay at Patriot Auto in Almont, Michigan. I have heard nothing but horrible things about this place, and I didn't believe them, because they got their listings up here saying 2,500 bucks for a full rebuild on a Hemi. Okay, that's a little far-fetched. A good quality rebuild kit to bring it back to stock is $1,000. Labor to pull that engine and put it back in is $1,000. So, and then you got your fluids, your antifreeze, your oil, just as a basic thing, and you're looking at $100 in fluids. So you mean to tell me that this shop is only going to make $400 profit on that big of a job? I mean, I get that labor can be included too, but labor times are, you got to pay your mechanic. Let's say it's we'll call it 12 an hour. It's like you easily to do this properly. And that's if you don't have any, I'm not even including any machine work that the engine might need. It's far-fetched. $2,500 for an engine rebuild on a Hemi is just at a shop doing it for you. Is, if you believe that, then you need sucker tattooed on your forehead. It's $2,500 for a cam swap sounds about the right ballpark range. And I don't even charge that much for a cam swap. When I do a cam swap on these cars, now keep in mind, guys, this is my personal car. That's my car. Customer car. My car. My car. And I have a customer car parked out front. I've done cam and lifters on this. That's next to get cam and lifters. This has had cam and lifters. This has had cam and lifters. This is a project car. You guys already know about this car. It's definitely not my first time doing cam and lifters. It's not my second time. It's not my third time. I'm almost a dozen cam swaps into this now. I charge $1,000 of labor to just do it, and I hook you guys up, my customers up, with all my prices. So you get Chrysler employee price for the cam. I find you the lifters and the head gasket set with all the gaskets for everything from the heads up. If you want a water pump, I can get you that for my price too. The most expensive was this build right here. There was cam and lifters. This is a SRT8 Magnum. It was a 6.1, or is a 6.1. Cam, lifters, head gaskets, new water pump, etc. He walked out paying $1,800. Everything. He's gonna be able to take this car, get in it right now, turn the key, and drive it home. He doesn't have his front bumper on it because it was damaged and broken. He said he's got another one coming in, so that's why there's no bumper on it. And this right here is, I've got the radiator cap off of it, and I actually I overfilled the cooling system and was letting it burp. But so what pisses me off is this. One coil pack here, soaked in oil, bone dry, soaked in oil, soaked in oil. This is the driver's side of the engine. Look at this. Busted, missing, good seal. So there's your bone dry one, and they're missing a seal. The seals weren't stuck to the cylinder head. This seal is so split that if you look at it, let me see if I can get that in the light, that if you look at it and you try and put this back in there, this seal is, listen how dry that is. So that's been like that forever. It's been split out like this forever. I'm going to try and stuff that back down in there. Look at that. I can't even get that gasket stuffed back down in there properly. So it was installed just like this in this engine. And this engine sounded like it had a rod knocking. Well, here's my findings after taking the passenger side valve cover off. You see all of those rocker arms, how they're on the lifter, or I'm sorry, the valves? See that one in the very back corner right here? Look how that one's off. Let's see if you can spot what's missing back here. I know it's probably really difficult to see because of the sun. But we have a rocker shaft bolt head and that missing. This was over torqued and snapped, and it probably wasn't all the way snapped off, but it actually broke. That rocker shaft is bent. The push rod is shoved up against the cylinder head and it's bent. I mean, you gotta be, I was driving normally, then all of a sudden I hear a ping and a ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, and that was it. I assumed, okay, I locked the lifter up. Damn. That sucks. But, I mean, and the other car that I worked on is also a 2012. These cars were done at the exact same time. This car and the other car that I have, who were two totally unrelated people. We had no idea who each other was until he came to me and needed his engine work done. And we just so happened to piece the puzzle together. When I bought this car, it had already been done by Patriot Auto in Almont. His car had about 1.5 years on its engine. This one had about the same. And the oil pump on his car exploded into 1,000,000 pieces because they decided they wanted to take the oil pump pickup tube screen off of the pickup tube and let it run open. So some kind of debris, and the guy that I did his car, he had just done an engine cleaning from AMSOIL with his oil change. 1,000 miles later, next thing you know, he loses oil pressure on the freeway. Now, we were able to save his motor. I was able to put an oil pump in it, cam, lifters. We pulled his heads off. I had his heads cleaned and redone. Basically, all around, just top end rebuild just to be safe. On top of a new oil pump, pickup tube. You guys, if you want to look back in the videos, that's the white and blue two-toned car. And I do have a video of that guy's oil pump being blown into pieces. So, I mean, I don't know what this shop is doing, guys, but don't take your Hemis there. Price out just parts alone. Even go on eBay if you have to. Do the cheapest way possible. Look up those parts. Look up everything that's involved in a Hemi engine rebuild just for parts, no machine work, no nothing. And look it up. You're going to be totaling around $2,000 probably. And including the parts and the labor. Call a shop. Say, hey, I have a 5.7 Hemi engine. I have, let's say it's a 2012 Charger. Say I have a 2012 Charger. It's a 5.7. I have the engine. I'll deliver the car and the engine to you. I just want you to swap it out. What's your labor costs? It's going to be anywhere from $800 to $1,000 for labor on that swap. If anybody does it cheaper, then that's great for you. Maybe you got different prices in your area, but in my area, an engine swap is $800 to $1,000 for just labor. And that's not including fluids or anything. I mean, some shops might include fluids for that because they might get deals on them. But come on, man. So this video is for Jay at Patriot Auto, and I hope he gets this video. Step your game up, man. Get whoever you got working on these engines and putting them back together. If it's you need to go back and educate yourself and learn what the hell you're doing. This video too is for anybody in Michigan. If you have a Hemi engine that needs work, needs a rebuild, needs anything, contact me on this channel. I will give you some contact information for me. I'll give you my email address. We'll talk through email. Then I'll give you my phone number. We can talk further. I can't stand to have people that get their cars destroyed by somebody who does not know how to do the work. This is despicable. I mean, are you kidding me? I'm kind of glad that this happened over here, because if not, I wouldn't have taken these valve covers off, and I would still be pissing oil down into my coil pack areas. This car wasn't smoking. This car wasn't misfiring. This car ran like a raped ape. This car at 20 miles an hour, if I stomped it to the floor, it would roast the tires off the back of it. So, just if you guys have any questions, I don't care if you're in Michigan or not, get a hold of me. You know what? I'm actually going to give you guys my email right now in this video. So I'll give you guys about another 5 or 10 seconds. Get ready, find something to type it into, write it down, whatever. So we're at 10:21. I'm going to give you guys till 10:31 on this video, and I'm gonna say my email address so you can email me and get your questions answered and anything else. Okay, my email is clusterfxllc@gmail.com. So that's CLUS as in Sam, T as in Tom, so it's cluster, CLUSTER, F as in Frank, X as in Xavier, LLC@gmail.com. Email me about your Hemis. Send me videos of your Hemis. Send me pictures of your cars. You know, I'm a Hemi fanatic. I mean, this is, you guys are still seeing the videos, upload videos on this car. This car here is still going through all of its stuff to, oh, it's locked. I don't have the key fob. But this car's still going through all of its stuff to get it right. And I mean, who else is going to figure out the things that I've figured out on how to get this car to run? This car had no keys when I got it. Now it's got its key. I can get in this car. It's currently got bad gas in it, and I pumped it all out. But when it's got gas in it, I can get in this car. I can hit the button, and it'll fire right up. Look at that mileage. 21,280 miles. This car was a disaster when I got it. Look at it now. You know, I got some parts and pieces in the back that I still had to put in. I got to do a little more cleanup on it, but it's together. It's way cleaner than it was. You can actually stand to sit in it now. I can smell on it. It smells like a new car again. It's got new car smell again. So, guys, I'm not just some idiot on here talking out of my ass. I just can't stand when good people get screwed over. So, anybody has any questions, remember, shoot me an email at clusterfxllc@gmail.com.